With your permission, we want to create a new chapter on our channel. We want to make videos about different types of gemstones around the world. And we want to start off with emerald, a beautiful gemstone that has a unique green color to it. This type of rock is actually pretty old on planet Earth, and the oldest piece of emerald that has been found has an age of 2,970,000,000 years. And that shows us about 3 billion years ago, this beautiful rock was being formed in Earth's crust. The first time this type of rock has been used by humans was about 1500 BC in ancient Egypt. It's also interesting to know that Cleopatra's favorite jewelry was emerald, and this has been written in history. Emerald is very famous around the world because it goes from Africa to the Middle East, then India, and then Europe. People around the world slowly fall in love with this stone and kind of make it a precious gemstone. Time passes and we get to the 16th century when the Spanish conquest starts and they want to go to South America. This is the time where the Inca Empire is being taken over by the Spanish, and we've made a video on it. When the Spanish entered the Inca Empire, they realized that these people used emerald as jewelry as well. And you could say they were surprised to find this type of jewelry on them. But they didn't know that part of the Inca Empire, which is known as Colombia today, they have the most amount of emerald. On the other hand, the Spanish were very happy to find this type of mine. They would steal all the emerald from the Incas and send it to Europe to sell it. Even though there's plenty of emerald in South America, especially Colombia, but in the northern part of America, there is barely any emerald. Like we said earlier, emerald is part of 1 out of 4 precious gemstones. And just like its name, it's very precious because there's only 4 of them. And as you can see, we got diamond, emerald, ruby, and sapphire. You might say there's hundreds of gemstones all around the world with different colors, but that's not right because these are the only 4 that are considered precious gemstones, and the regular stones are considered gemstones, which is considered a little tier lower under precious gemstones. So what is emerald made out of? Like what elements? Clearly, emerald is not made from one element, and this is the formula. So emerald is a mix of beryllium, aluminum, and silicate. And the reason it's green is because of 2 other elements. One of those is chromium and vanadium. If you put 1 carat of emerald next to 1 carat of diamond, the diamond will be smaller because it weighs more. You probably noticed, but diamond is the hardest object on the planet. But don't underestimate emerald. Emerald is not as hard as diamond, but it's extremely hard. And just like diamond, it could be shattered very easily. And if you want to work on it like diamonds, they will charge an extra fee because they have to handle with care. And if they don't, it will easily shatter. More than 50% of the emerald used today comes from the country of Colombia. Back in the day, people believed that when you have emerald, you will have a clean, easy life, and the demons will not come and hunt you. In ancient Greece, they would respect emerald heavily. It seems like there's a lot of made-up stories about emerald in ancient history. There's writings from ancient Greece that says if you put emerald underneath your tongue, you could see the future. You could say the beautiful, peaceful green color of this rock made a lot of positive stories be made up around it. Like some people in Israel believe that the foundation of Jerusalem is made from emerald, which is probably not true. Even Westerners have a lot of writing about emerald. Religious people from the US and Europe believe that if you wear emerald jewelry, you will not get Alzheimer's disease. But unfortunately, none of this has been proven with science. Just like a piece of diamond, The quality of the emerald is all that matters, and it's good to know that the highest quality of emeralds are even more expensive than diamonds. So how can you appraise a piece of emerald? When a professional wants to appraise a piece, they look at 4 things. First of all, it's the color. Then it's the clarity. Third, it's the cut. If it's cut correctly, the value goes up. And obviously, the 4th factor they look at is the weight of the stone. But out of all these 4, one of them is the most important, and that sets the real price. That's the color of the stone. All emeralds are green, but we have way too many different types of green. The more beautiful of a green it is, the more expensive it's gonna be. When you look at the most expensive piece of emerald, you see that it's not too light and it's not too dark. It's just the perfectly shaded green rock. When a jeweler wants to take a close look at a piece of diamond, they have to use a loupe, but you could inspect a piece of emerald with the naked eye. This is the biggest piece of emerald that has been found on Earth. It weighs 1,383 carat, which is about 276.78 grams. So where is this stone? In the year 1831, this rock belonged to Pedro I, Emperor of Brazil. But in the year 1831, William Cavendish, the 6th Duke of Devonshire, realized that Pedro I has the biggest piece of emerald, and he requested to purchase it from him. This rock was found in Colombian mine, but they don't know if it belonged to the Incas or the Spanish actually found it in the mine. This amazing piece is in the London Museum, and anyone can go and look at it. This is the map of emerald mines around the earth, and the bigger the dot, the bigger the mine. And as you can see, Colombia is the biggest one. You could see in southern Africa there's 3 of them, and we also have it in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Back in the day, there were plenty of rumors and fake stories around gemstone, and one of the most famous ones, that they used emerald for medicine. A lot of ancient doctors believe when you boil emerald, it's good for you. One of the most famous ones are the Ottoman Empire doctors, and they believe if you boil emerald, it will help you cure cancer, and it could even fix explosive diarrhea. Ancient Greece would also use it for a cold or other types of viruses, but nowadays we all know that these were all fake stories, and none of them is actually scientifically proven. But one thing was interesting. Before magnifying glass or even glasses were invented, people that didn't have a strong vision could buy a piece of emerald and use it like a magnifying glass.